Lyles Richardson starred on right foot at Track World Championships. Tokyo. America's two big-name sprinters, Sha'Carri Richardson and Noah Lyles, both walked off the track Saturday with reason to think they might have found what's been missing over a less-than-perfect 2025. What a place to find it, at the World Championships in Tokyo, a metropolis that's been waiting 4 long years for a chance to cheer on the world's fastest stars. Both defending world champions won their preliminary heats in the 100 meters. Those results should surprise nobody, but they still brought bursts of joy, both from the runners and from the loud sellout crowd that was absent 4 years ago, when Japan National Stadium was the centerpiece of a COVID-tainted Olympics. Last one, I could hear my own thoughts echoing off the wall, Lyles said of the Tokyo Games. So, completely different. Lyles won his heat in 9.95 seconds, the same time posted by Jamaica's Kishane Thompson, who only ran hard for about the first 60 meters of his race. Lyles beat Thompson by .005 seconds at the Paris Olympics last year, and though the American comes in as an underdog this time, he feels he unlocked something in practice over the last week. I was tightening my muscles, and every time I tighten my muscles, my stride gets shorter, and that's why I wasn't getting the results I wanted, said Lyles, who still hasn't cracked 9.9 this year. He loosened up and suddenly he said, "It's working." Richardson has been in even rougher shape, slowed by an injury for most of the year. She was slow out of the starting blocks in this one, a typical problem of hers, but when she gets things into top gear, still elite. Her winning time of 11.03 seconds was her best of the year. Not great by any means, but trending upward. "I know that this year is not what I ideally saw as being my golden year," she said. "But when I think of golden now, I think of buried treasure, and sometimes you've got to dig through the dirt to get to the gold." The semifinals and finals for both 100s are set for Sunday, with all the top contenders, including U.S. champ Melissa Jefferson Wooden, Olympic champ Julian Alfred, Lyles' frenemy Kenny Bednarik, and Jamaica's Oblique Seville still in the mix. Also advancing to the final, this one for long jump, was Olympic champion Tara Davis Woodhull, who only needed one jump to move through. She finished 6th here 4 years ago in front of empty seats. On this trip, she noticed that when she waved to the fans, they didn't hoot and holler, but simply waved back. "It's like silent applause," she said. "The fans are amazing." Crouser wins again. America's Ryan Crouser made it 3 world championships in a row to go with his 3 straight Olympic golds. This one, though, was a surprise. All of Crouser's 6 official throws of 2025 came Saturday night, 1 in qualifying and 5 in finals. He has been nursing an elbow injury all season and hadn't competed in a global or national event all year. His throw of 22.34 meters, 73 feet, 3.5 inches, was good for the most unlikely gold medal of his remarkable career. He joined Switzerland's Werner Gunther as the second man to win 3 straight shot put titles. More for Chebet. There might not have been a bigger favorite in a race over the entire meet than Beatrice Chebet in the women's 10,000. The world record holder and Olympic champion came through, as expected, bursting past defending champion Goodaf Segay with about a half lap left, then fending off a game challenge from Italy's Nadia Battacletti down the stretch. Chebet's time of 30 minutes, 37.61 seconds was pedestrian by her standards, but the gold medal will look just as good. Last year, she became the first woman to crack 29 minutes over the 25-lap race. There's a possibility of a tantalizing showdown in the 5,000 next weekend between Chebet and Faith Kipyegon, the 1,500-meter world record holder, who advanced easily through her 1,500 heat. U.S. Women Golden. The American 4x400 mixed relay team built a lead that not even comeback artist Femke Bol of the Netherlands could overcome. Bol, who has rallied her relay teams to amazing wins in 2023 and 2024, couldn't close a massive gap on the anchor lap in this one. Alexis Holmes crossed the line 1.16 seconds ahead of Bol to give the U.S. the gold. Bol still gets credit for moving from 5th to 2nd over her final lap. She'll be the favorite in the 400 hurdles next week and will likely get another shot at the relay in the women's 4x400. Lending a hand, steeplechaser Tim van der Velde looked behind him and saw a fellow competitor gingerly crawling over the last barrier on a 3,000-meter journey that went terribly wrong for both. The Belgian's hopes for a top finish already long crushed. He turned around, put an arm around stumbling Carlos San Martin, and helped him limp into the finish. That show of sportsmanship Saturday between the 10th and 11th place finishers in an otherwise routine qualifying race might very well have been the highlight of a busy opening night at the Worlds. I saw him stumbling and thought, why not? Van de Velde said, we both had bad luck, I guess. Maybe we can share some bad luck together. They say lightning can't be bottled, but in those first few precious seconds of a sprint, something close to lightning flashes. A moment where blood, breath, muscle, and mind all converge. At the World Athletics Championships, two of America's brightest stars, Noah Lyles and Sha'Carri Richardson, took that moment by the throat, and they started on the right foot. Prelude, the weight of expectation. For both Lyles and Richardson, this was not just another race. Their names had been whispered in stadiums, shouted in commentaries, tattooed in headlines. Each step they took this year had been measured, analyzed, dissected. Fans and critics alike asked, are they ready? Are they fit? Are they healed? Can they do it again? Richardson, after her tumultuous journey, challenging seasons, controversies, disruptions, arrived in Budapest carrying not merely her spikes, but the weight of redemption, of reclaiming identity. Lyles, with an armory of titles, personal bests, and a rare mix of swagger and discipline, was set not just to defend his reputation, but to extend it. So when the starting gun inched toward that first lap, when the heats loomed, it was more than a race. It was proof. Heats and preliminaries, the calm before the storm. On that day, the track felt electric, but disciplined. No drama, no false starts. The few thousand in the stands held breath, waited. The world watched. Richardson stepped off the line in her heat. For the 200 meters, eyes locked forward, muscles already humming. She exploded. 22.16 seconds. No theatrics, no forced explosion, just execution. Clean, definitive. Lyles, in his heat, did likewise. 20.05 seconds. That's steady. Controlled power, that's become his signature. He didn't run loose. But for all their might, he didn't need to. He ran calculated, confident. These were not world records. No, those belonged to other echelons of speed. But in context, after what each had been through, these times were statements. They said, I am here. Don't count me out. Momentum built on relay gold. Even before the individual glory fully set in motion, there was the relay. The 4x100 meters for both men's and women's teams. Lyles anchoring the men, Richardson leading off, or